Welcome to my channel, I'm Rutten, and today I'm excited to share my experience with the new Wacom MovinkPad Pro 14. This all-in-one drawing tablet greatly simplifies digital art creation, allowing you to take your work with you wherever you go. In this video, I'll demonstrate its features and offer my expert opinion. A quick disclaimer, while Wacom provided this product unconditionally for review, this is not a sponsored video, and all opinions expressed are my own. Before I get into the details of this device, I want to say that this video is going to be a bit shorter because I've already gone into detail about these Android tablets in the earlier review I made of the smaller MovinkPad 11. You may want to watch that if you aren't already familiar with the MovinkPad line. If the MovinkPad 11 is the baby, then this is the mother or father. Both tablets can be used by any age group, but this one is aimed at more mature users. I highly encourage you to get this one for yourself and get the smaller one for your kid so that you'll be all cool and matching. The MovinkPad Pro 14 is priced at $899.95, which is almost twice as much as the smaller 11-inch model. Let's take a detailed look at this device. The pen that comes with the MovinkPad Pro 14 is the Pro Pen 3. This pen is also included with many of Wacom's higher-end tablets. The pen is modular, so the version you are getting here is not identical to the one you might get with a different device, but it's mostly the same. This particular kit gives you the pen, which is made from metal and plastic, 4 nibs, 2 standard, 1 flexible palm, and 1 felt nib, and a nib remover inside the pen. In typical cryptic fashion, you stick the nib in the hole and carefully pry it out. I think it's easier to use something like this nib remover from another Wacom tablet I own. These nibs can change the pen feel. For example, you might prefer the feel of a marker, pencil, ballpoint pen, and so on. What's unique about this pen is that it has a longer tip than usual. The nibs are the same size, they just can't go in as far. This is meant to give you more precision because the pen blocks less of your view of the line you are drawing. Testing the 2 nib lengths side by side, I can't really say it makes much of a difference to me. The line aligns perfectly with the pen tip in both cases, and I like that I can focus on the pen tip rather than the cursor. This pen is much better than the Apple Pencil. It absolutely blows it away. Sure, I can make do with the Apple Pencil, but the pen quality alone makes me want to use the MovinkPad Pro 14 over the iPad Air. The only thing I'm missing is barrel rotation. I hope Wacom gives us a Pro Pen 3 with rotation since the art pens have been out of stock for a while now. Unfortunately, despite being labeled as a Pro tablet, you cannot use any of the other Wacom Pro Pens. To me, this is odd because other recent tablets that use the Pro Pen 3 and EMR pens could also use older Pro Pens. You can use a wide range of third-party pens. This Staedtler Norris Digital or Lamy All-Star Black EMR can give you a more traditional feel. These will provide less pressure sensitivity than the Pro Pen 3, but what's left is more than adequate for drawing. If you don't plan on using a third-party pen, you can disable the detection to save battery when in sleep mode. One cool pen feature that is missing from the MovinkPad 11 is that you can use AI-powered handwriting to enter text. Now for the display. I am stunned by how good this display is. I have struggled for years to take my digital art outdoors because most tablets suffer from glare and a screen that can't compete with the sun. The MovinkPad Pro 14 has a peak brightness of 900 nits, which is a lot brighter than most tablets I have used. Before using it, 900 nits sounded like it would be sufficiently bright and I'd no longer be struggling to see my work outside. After I got my hands on this tablet, one of the first things I did was take it in the backyard. I was a little disappointed and a little impressed. In the shade, the peak brightness is very good. I don't feel like the glare is making it difficult to see or washing out the colors too much. In the sun, I can still see the image on my screen, but it does get a little foggy because of the anti-glare, anti-reflection surface. The reflection is greatly diffused, so I don't see a mirror image of myself or my surroundings. It also isn't reflecting any light, which would bother my eyes. But this is at the expense of obscuring the image a bit. You can improve visibility by keeping your tablet vertical or pointed away from the sun as much as possible. A field easel will work just fine for that. Detail-wise, it's fairly easy to see in the sun, but color-wise, everything gets a little washed out. In direct sunlight pointed at the screen, it's difficult to see anything. However, compared to other tablets that are 1/3 the brightness of the MovinkPad Pro 14, it's much more visible. I struggled to see anything on the Mobile Studio Pro in intense sunlight. Overall, the 900 nits of brightness does make an impact, but it's still not enough to truly compete with the sun. So while plein air painting on a summer day might still be a challenge, a more reasonable outdoor painting session under a tree or on a cafe patio would be quite pleasant with this tablet. Wacom must be hearing my pleas because they even made this tablet IP52 rated, which means in addition to withstanding some dust exposure, it's also able to shrug off a light spritzing of water. Good news for someone who lives in the Pacific Northwest. I wouldn't go out of my way to get this tablet wet, but it's a relief to know that if it started raining, I wouldn't need to freak out. I'll be releasing a video that talks a bit more about outdoor painting with the MovinkPad Pro 14, so keep an eye out for that if you're interested in learning more. The glass is bonded to the display, and it has some texture to add natural friction. It's not slippery and difficult to draw on like the iPad. It's even fingerprint resistant to a degree. HDR is supported, but I didn't see a way to enable or disable it. I guess it's just on by default. The display has a contrast ratio of 100,000 to 1. That is 100 times greater than the average display. This means that the deepest blacks and brightest whites look amazing with lots of individual tones in between. Add to that 30-bit color depth, which is 10-bit color multiplied by RGB for a total of 30 bits. This level of color detail is normally reserved for the absolute top-tier Wacom tablets. Adobe RGB isn't fully supported, but DCI-P3 is. In layman's terms, that means the colors will be represented very accurately. Oh, and did I mention the display is OLED? This means shadows will be rich and colors will be vibrant. As far as resolution, this tablet is full of surprises. It's not 1080, it's not QHD, it's not 4K. That's right, it's 3K, baby. I hadn't heard of a 3K device until now, but I guess it's the same as a Retina display. The pixel dimensions are 2880 by 1800. With this 14-inch screen, the details are just crisp enough without everything being too small to see. As far as pixel density, I'll admit I am getting older, but I don't see any offensive pixels. The actual drawing area is 11.9 by 7.4 inches. As we continue the oddities, the MovinkPad Pro 14 has a 16 by 10 aspect ratio, which is a bit taller than the average 16 by 9 ratio on most display tablets. This extra space allows you to work on a 16 by 9 image with some room to spare for toolbars or the user interface of your software. I can keep going. The refresh rate can go up to 120 Hz. Take that, iPad Pro. You can save battery by using 60 Hz as well. When working at 120 Hz, the appearance of the lines you are drawing will be incredibly smooth. In comparison, 60 Hz can feel laggy, but it's still quite usable. Not all apps can support 120 Hz, but many art apps can. I'd recommend using the variable mode since 120 Hz will drain your battery faster. The pen report rate is only 1 millisecond, so the pen won't be a bottleneck. This is one of the snappiest tablets I've ever drawn on. Multi-touch is also supported, and it works great without any hiccups. If auto rotation is enabled, you can rotate the tablet and the UI will toggle between horizontal and vertical orientations. This tablet is great for drawing in either landscape or portrait. In terms of the physical specifications, the outer dimensions are 12.7 by 8.3 by 0.23 inches. This is on par with a smartphone. The tablet shell is made from magnesium metal. The weight is only 1.6 pounds, so it's incredibly light and portable. It doesn't feel obtrusive at all to hold and draw on. It feels a lot like a pad of paper. If you're toting this around, you'll want to protect the screen by keeping it in a sleeve or case. Let's move on to look at the external features. You'll find a USB-C port on the side of the tablet. This port is meant to charge the device, but you can also use it to transfer data to and from the MovinkPad Pro 14. The port can even be used as a hub. Unlike the MovinkPad 11, this USB-C port supports video transfer. Well, sort of. You can use a single cable to use this tablet with a desktop or laptop computer. Shoot, you can even connect to a computer wirelessly. This makes the MovinkPad Pro 14 an extremely versatile device. As of the making of this video, this is a beta feature available in Wacom Lab. I'll be releasing a video dedicated to this feature if you want to learn more. You can also go the other direction and project your MovinkPad screen onto another display using a streaming device or smart TV. This introduces some lag if you look at the external display, but on the MovinkPad Pro 14, everything happens in real time. On the top of the tablet are some buttons for power and volume. The power button has multiple functions. A short press will put the tablet to sleep or wake it, while a long press allows you to power it off, restart it, or lock it. There are also stereo microphone holes on top. These are not the best quality mics, but they work well enough for something like speech-to-text, which is processed on device. Even though the MovinkPad 11 has a camera, this Pro version does not. It can be useful to have an internal camera to snap reference photos, because then you don't have to transfer them to the MovinkPad Pro 14, but given how low the camera quality would be, there isn't really a need for one to be included. There is a micro SD card slot on the top as well, so you can at least take photos with a real camera and then transfer them directly from the card. On the back of the tablet, you'll discover a smooth but slightly grainy surface that further enhances the paper-like aesthetic. Rubber pads on each corner prevent the tablet from scratching your desk or sliding around when you draw. There are stereo speakers, one on either side, which will allow you to listen to music while you draw or watch Aaron Rutten tutorials. Don't count on these being audiophile quality speakers, because they aren't. They are loud enough to jam out at a low volume while you draw, but if audio quality is important to you, you definitely want to use Bluetooth headphones. Let's explore some of the internal features next. The MovinkPad Pro 14 offers Wi-Fi 6E wireless internet connectivity and Bluetooth 5.3 support. This allows for the connection of external devices such as keyboards, mice, and wireless headphones. A rechargeable lithium 10,000 mAh battery provides power to the MovinkPad Pro 14. I haven't done a thorough test of the battery life, but I would estimate it lasts around 15 hours under normal use with the screen at a reasonable brightness with variable refresh rate enabled. Charging the tablet completely with the cable and an optional power adapter is estimated to take approximately 2 or 3 hours. Using only the cable will extend the charging time. The processor is a Qualcomm Snapdragon 8S Gen 3 with 8 cores that runs at a top speed of 3 GHz in 64-bit mode. The CPU performance is decent on this hardware, and the power efficiency is excellent. An integrated GPU is available, which I believe has 4 GB of shared memory and a bandwidth of up to 64 GB a second. It can encode and decode H.265, H.264, and VP9 video in up to 4K, so you could conceivably use this tablet for light video editing. There is also an NPU, which you can use to process AI on device. This is useful for voice recognition, handwriting recognition, and more. The MovinkPad Pro 14 has 12 GB of memory. This is more than the bare minimum needed for many art applications, but not quite the 16 GB you'll need to use lots of layers and computer-intensive large brushes. It performs better than the MovinkPad 11, but it's not a powerhouse by any means. Performance is more than acceptable for making art, given you don't push it past its limits. Honestly, I don't feel held back by even the lesser MovinkPad 11, but that's because I only use it for doodling and not for anything too large or intense. These tablets are for couch drawing, not hardcore studio work. I am quite comfortable sketching with pencils, inking, and coloring. It's really just painting with large or complex brushes that slows things down. If you're willing to make shorter strokes, it's not so bad. The MovinkPad Pro 14 has 256 GB of flash storage, which is great. With the stock apps installed, that reduces it a bit, but you can uninstall a lot of the unwanted apps to recover that space. After installing Krita and a couple of smaller apps, I still have a little over 200 GB free. 256 GB is enough space to store thousands of projects, but if that's not enough, you can use a micro SD card to expand the storage. There are cards that hold up to 2 TB or more, but I wouldn't recommend keeping everything on the device in case something happened to the data. Rather than expand the storage, I'd just store your artwork in the cloud using something like Dropbox. This way it's backed up and you are less likely to lose it. A gyroscopic sensor is included, which facilitates rotating the screen between vertical and horizontal orientations. The MovinkPad Pro 14 also features an e-compass, allowing it to use GPS. Additionally, an ambient light sensor helps conserve power by automatically adjusting screen brightness. The MovinkPad Pro 14 doesn't get hot to the touch, so no worries about sweaty hands. The device operates silently, suggesting passive cooling is being employed. There are no discernible fans or vents. While a stand is not included with the MovinkPad Pro 14, you can purchase one separately. It collapses and expands like an accordion. There is also a portable stand for the Wacom 113. This option, while the least stable, is incredibly compact and portable, making it easy to carry with your tablet when you simply need to prop it up. However, it can be a bit tricky to position correctly. You might be able to find other 14-inch tablet stands made by third parties that would work too. The MovinkPad Pro 14 runs on Android 15, a mobile operating system. While Android doesn't support many mainstream professional applications found on Windows or Mac, it offers several excellent alternatives. These include Clip Studio Paint Debut, Infinite Painter, and Krita. Krita stands out as my top choice due to being completely free and outperforming many popular paid art applications. Krita can also be used to animate, create vector art, create pixel art, edit photos, and more. The MovinkPad Pro 14 comes with two pre-installed Wacom apps, Wacom Canvas and Wacom Shelf. Wacom Canvas is a basic sketching app that can be quickly launched by tapping and holding or double tapping the screen with your pen. This quick launch feature can be disabled to conserve battery life if you don't use it. Wacom Shelf allows you to organize and view the artwork you've created on the device. Unlike Windows or Mac, there isn't a Wacom Control Panel app for Android, meaning global customization of pen pressure, pen buttons, and other settings is not possible. However, it may be possible to customize these functions within individual art applications. From the Google Play Store, you can add all sorts of apps to the MovinkPad Pro 14, but keep in mind that each one will use up some of your storage space. There are a few accessories that are included with the MovinkPad Pro 14. First, a USB-C to USB-C cable that is slightly over 3¼ feet long. You use this to charge the MovinkPad Pro 14, transfer data, and connect it to a computer to use as an external display. An SD card tool is included to retrieve the card from the tablet. This is important because the slot is inset a bit, and unless you just had your nails done, you won't be able to get it out. Some regulatory and safety documents are available as well. There are optional accessories you can purchase for the MovinkPad Pro 14. I already mentioned the stand, but there are also nibs and rubber or wooden grips you can use to customize the pen. A cover to protect the screen is available, which magnetically attaches to the MovinkPad Pro 14 and holds the pen. You can even purchase a 15-watt power adapter, which allows for faster charging, but non-Wacom adapters may work as well. And last, the Pro Pen 3e is supported. This is the same as the Pro Pen 3, but it includes an eraser. In terms of comparisons to similar all-in-one mobile art devices, the MovinkPad Pro 14 ranks pretty well. Obviously, this device is taking aim at the iPad. The MovinkPad Pro 14 is far superior to the standard iPad with the A16 processor, but it lacks some of the premium features of the iPad Pro. It's most comparable to the iPad Air. The MovinkPads have pretty much replaced my iPad Air. Palm rejection and pressure sensitivity are just too unreliable on the iPad, and I feel held back by Procreate and iOS in general. The Pro Pen 3 drawing experience makes drawing on the iPad feel like a gimmick. Thanks a lot, Wacom, for turning my iPad Air into a paperweight. Considering you have to buy an Apple Pencil for the iPad Air, the price is fairly competitive. I have some more comparisons to make to the iPad, but I'll save that for another video. There are also loads of Android tablets out there, such as those made by Samsung, that have Wacom EMR pen support. I can't possibly list all of these, but their pen technology, although Wacom enabled, isn't on the same level as the Pro Pen 3. Needless to say, the MovinkPad Pro 14 is the best portable tablet I have used so far. Now for my conclusion. At first, when I saw the MovinkPad tablets use a mobile processor and Android OS, it felt like they wouldn't be adequate enough for digital art. Boy, was I wrong. I love how convenient it is to work on this device. It's super easy to carry around, and you can just start drawing on it like it's a thin sketchbook. I do wish that I could natively use desktop apps like Rebel without having to connect to a desktop or laptop, but I'm sure that will eventually be possible on future devices. As mobile processors get more and more powerful, I believe the line will begin to be blurred in terms of mobile and desktop computing. I really feel like the MovinkPad Pro 14 is raising the bar on portable digital art. It's bright enough to see outdoors, and it has some light protection against the elements. I also appreciate that the MovinkPad Pro 14 gives Krita an opportunity to shine. The MovinkPads are the perfect way to use Krita, and I know that will make digital art accessible to a lot more people. I don't yet have a stand that holds the pen, so that's really my only inconvenience. I am using this elastic strap to hold the pen on the back, but it's not ideal. Overall, I'm very enthusiastic about the MovinkPad Pro 14. It's available for purchase directly from Wacom's website and other online retailers. You can also find the MovinkPad Pro 14 at local retailers such as Best Buy. If you found this review helpful, please consider using my affiliate link in the video description to make your purchase. It allows me to earn a commission at no extra cost to you. That wraps up this review. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video if you'd like to see more content about the MovinkPad Pro 14. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.